An article in the Wall Street Journal talks about a sophomore slump in the stock market next year. That's because for the last 75 years, stocks tend to fall short of their long-term average annual performance during the second year of a new U.S. president's term. The story says we could see that in 2022 due to factors like lofty market valuations and doubts over whether stock markets can repeat their bullish trend. Brian, how can you help prevent a sophomore slump in retirement plans?
Well, obviously, you got to have a game plan for putting everything together. What does that look like? You need to obviously have, a couple things. You find the risk that you're in, the risk tolerance that you have, and make sure that your portfolio matches that. That's people usually make that huge mistake all the time. I mean, we're supposed to buy Bitcoin because everybody's making money on Bitcoin. Well, everybody loves the upside of when the stocks go up. We just hate the downside. And there's 1,000 studies that prove that. And there's a million studies out there that prove, here's S&P 500 did 10% over this time period, or 12 or 15, and the average investor did 3. Mm-hmm. Like, why is that? It's because we do the opposite of what we're supposed to. We buy high and sell low. We're emotional. We are human beings, and we're definitely emotional with our money. Absolutely emotional. So to say you're not it means you're lying to yourself.
Yeah.
And so, I think there's a lot of concerns that, we're going to see a correction. Well, there's always going to be corrections. There has to be corrections. You can't. It's
good and bad.
Yeah.
Both ways. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. There's going to be a correction.
High and low.
When, prices catch up here, or the inventory catches up and the prices are gonna fall. I mean, on real estate, it's insane what's happening right now. I mean, people are buying homes sight unseen. They're not even, there's investors that are pulling money together that aren't even looking at investment properties, just buying it.
But also people are pinching pennies right now and trying to budget. So at what point does that affect the housing market? At some point, it's all got to come back around.
It does.
It's got to correct.
It does. It's got to correct. And I think people that have cash are going to win the race in the end. The ones that are so over leveraged are going to be in a lot of trouble. And so I think that's one of the issues. But market valuation.
But the problem with cash is it doesn't make you money.
It doesn't. But I'm saying liquid cash, meaning liquid investments that aren't going to be so tied up in something over 25 years.
Oh, I got you.
Like, okay, people are like, oh, well, I've got $3 million net worth. I'm like, yeah, but 3 or 2.9 is sitting in real estate. You can't sell real estate in a day,
right?
Most of the time. Okay, in this market, could you do that? Yes. Have I sold real estate in a day? Yeah, I actually have. I got a great story about that. It's an amazing story, but it was also in the hottest market that we ever seen in Phoenix, in one of the hottest areas, right? And literally, and it was just a perfect scenario, right? But most of the time, and I mean, I sold it and got cash same day, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But what happens is you've got this long process, right? Usually with real estate. And it's not like selling a stock or, selling your truck. You could probably sell your truck tomorrow if you threw it down low enough, right?
Well, yeah, but that's a much smaller price tag.
Exactly, yeah. Right. But, a $500,000 house, there's only so many people that can afford that in this area, right? Mm-hmm. If $500,000 in Washington, D.C., well, that's every house. There's millions of people can afford that. So I think, there's 5 reasons that right here from this article that talk about the stock market may be weaker. The rush from COVID relief programs is fading. Yeah, but also trillions of dollars are being printed still. And our government bond buying program is still going on. So I don't know if I agree with that 100%. The corporate profit growth may lose some steam. Yeah, I mean, obviously, the prices, there's a lot of concern about delivering goods. I've got clients that are in the manufacturing business. They're in all kinds of different businesses, and they're saying, Brent, we can't get the goods. We can't get the goods to make our goods. Mm-hmm. So it's a problem. We've got this backlog of 9 months, 6 months. And it's like, we can't do our job. So we're going to get laid off. Some of the employees that are, clients that are, worked at the companies going, I don't think I'm going to have a job because we're not doing anything. because we actually can't make the product that we're supposed to because we're so far behind.
Which is amazing because depending on the industry, there's still a lot of companies, ours included, who we just can't find help.
You can't find workers that want to work. Where are they?
Which also factors in. But yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, so people don't want to work. There's a lot of people that just don't want to.
Yeah.
They're getting a check from somebody else for free somehow, whatever it is.
Who would that be? Who are they getting a check from?
Yeah, right. Could be a government, could be mom and dad, could be, there's wealth that's being created, which is also a problem. I don't know if you thought about that. I mean, hey, second generation wealth could be, alimony, could be all kinds of things that are going on that you've got money coming in and you don't need to work. Are you capable of working? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. You go out and get a job and be a productive member of society and put something forth. And then there's people that just have done so well. They're 60 years old going like, I saved enough. I don't need to. So those people are being pulled out of the market. Very intelligent, hard workers, and they've worked their tail off and now they're done. And that baby boomer.
And some, the leaders of the pack.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. They were leading a division of employees or whatever it may be. So I think there's a lot of issues there with regards. I mean, it took us, we just hired another CPA, and we just are so happy for Renee to come on board, but it's been, we've been looking for months.
Yeah.
And spending thousands on, all these job boards and getting nothing. It's like, are people out there? Are they actually working today? So I don't know. It's scary what's coming down the pike. All of that to be said is, if you don't have production, you don't have companies that are growing, you don't have a stock market that's growing.